I care a lot about the Constitution and patriotism.
I care about a living wage for everyone. I care about racial equity.
Economics.
Freedom of speech and the First Amendment.
Reproductive rights, queer issues, LGBTQ rights.
Pro-life issues are big to me.
Prison abolition. Gun control and gun violence.
Right to life, gun rights.
Simply kind of returning a sense of civility to politics.
I thought this was lovely. A lot of the political pieces I see lean pretty far to the left or pretty far to the right. And this piece did a really good job of bringing people from all over the political spectrum together. There was some really insightful discussions here. I love the prompts and the way that the conversations were structured. And I thought this group did a really good job of having mature conversations that didn't get heated. What a nice model for the kinds of interactions we need to have more of in everyday life, and especially on the internet. I kind of wish this had been longer. I thought they only really scratched the surface on some of the topics that had been brought up, and given the maturity and respect that this group brought, I thought they could have really gone deep into those topics, and I would have loved to have listened to it. But otherwise, congratulations to everybody who was involved. This was a really great watch.
I really liked how they took a format that's commonly been used by a lot of media channels, this like circle, kind of round table of people from different political affiliations, and they interspersed it with some really relevant interview footage where they got each of the participants to sit on their own and basically gave everybody the chance to speak their mind if they needed to. I thought it was a very respectful dialogue. I loved the finale of painting this bridge together. I think that it was summed up really well by the participants, where they said, though their minds aren't changed, it's the fact that they were all able to sit down and have a respectful dialogue with each other that's the most important thing. And I think it's starting a really important conversation based on what I saw.
I think that the film Common Ground did a great job presenting a microcosm of our current political environment and its tensions. I thought that it was wise to have a group of students have this conversation in particular, because they're both representative of our future, and these students came from the University of Virginia within the context of Charlottesville in that event, which represents a lot of the tensions that we currently have as a nation and politically. And I also think they're inherently plugged into the debate going on in our country, and specifically on college campuses, about free speech and hate speech. I think that while the film did not propose any solutions to some of the issues that were brought up, which I think was important, it is a very powerful example of the conversation that we all need to be having with our communities and our neighbors and our peers, and the conversation, what that might look like, how that might be moderated, and the conversation that is not being had at the moment for the most part. So I think that the film was really successful in delivering an example of that.
This is a wonderful movie. It was just so amazing to see these young people all get together and have a civil discourse. This is the sort of thing we need more of. You know, obviously we're such a soundbite-laden culture and come to snap decisions based on simple statements and whatnot, and we're expected to immediately, take a side, all sort of thing, that these young people are getting together and actually discussing things. That's the thing. We need to get together and discuss things and be perhaps more nuanced in our views, which just seems to be something that they're reaching for and accomplishing. I love the slogan that they came up with, the hash it out, and I love that they combined the colors to make it orange. So it seems like they're making a nice step, and they're on a very contentious ground there. So it's good that it is at this place where this kind of good thinking is happening. These debates are happening. Glad to see them becoming friends. Because most of the time we're not going to change really, but we could get along with people who are different from how we are. So this was really excellent. I mean, all of these students were very wonderful to watch. They were great, to see on screen. And everything about this was done so well. It was well directed and edited and photographed, and good use of score. So, wonderful, bravo. I hope this gets out there, gets seen, because it is very important.
I thought this was a really interesting documentary, and I liked how they were in conversation with each other about their points of views and perspectives, and the challenges that they faced and how they sort of approached it in a healthier manner, and had it as more of a conversation rather than an attack. And I thought that was really well done within the documentary.
I thought Common Grounds was like a really interesting piece. You think about, like, when it comes to politics and how polarizing it is, you think kind of big scale media, like the big players, and you don't really think about the people who are going to lead tomorrow, the youth, and how it can affect their lives, and kind of like especially with these kids in college, and kind of like the microcosm that college is, and you split that up into two, and just kind of how it covered so much of like how people can be like vicious online, and there's like not a lot of nuance to talking around these different subjects, and how your own ideas and opinions, once you put them online, are subject to different takes from your political party, opposing political parties. There was the young journalist in there who's talking about how both parties had gotten upset with her for putting out her different opinions. I think it was a really good look at, ways we can find compromise in issues that allow it, and trying to get to know each other better, and just listening to the opposition, which I don't know happens that much, but kind of hearing them out, and it allowed these students to hear each other out, and can cause that in our lives, and make the viewer think, oh, maybe I can listen to that staunch right wing neighbor that I don't necessarily agree with, or at least hear them out, and vice versa, and so on and so forth. So it was a really good piece, and I just liked that it was done surrounding young people. I think that really was the key to this piece for me. But incredibly well done. I really, really enjoyed it. And I think so many other people should see it, and I know that they would enjoy it too.
It was interesting to see how they were open to dialogue and to listening to each other, and I think that possibly the process of making this film helped encourage that, and brought some of that out in them, as one of them said at the end of the film, even, and to wrap it all up with them involved in a group creative project that was apolitical, and hopefully a way to show people that we can be friends and disagree. It's all possible. Don't have to get all up on our high horse and immediately go into different camps and whatever. So I thought that was a point that seemed to underscore this entire film, and it was well captured and well presented in this documentary.
I like the debating exercise where they are trying to come up with common ground and eradicate the divide in political topics like privilege, freedom of speech, or even slavery. This is a small scale picture of the overall population, to my understanding, where hearing different perspectives once again, just based on each individual's definition, and also learning of the world and its power dynamics, maybe viewed from a different perspective. I like the statement that there are topics where common ground is actually not possible, but more than not possible, it should not be accepted. It is the only way to pick the human side, or which should be the justice side. And this is just a nice small scale view of the different viewpoints of people and anywhere in the world. I like that they do it with young people, and even from this young age you can start identifying yourself with different views and start advocating for that and the causes you think are important. As long as they are for the good of the people and not against it, that should be okay.